Good evening, I'm Erik Sandoval. John White and Karen Devine have the night off. It is 11 o'clock. Time for news.
Now from the desert's news leader, KESQ News Channel 3 HD at 11.
There is no place like home for the holidays, and tonight millions are hitting the roads, making their way towards their friends and families' homes. And as News Channel 3's Bianca Ray explains, AAA says most are going to travel by car this Christmas. She spoke with the holiday drivers as they headed out of town earlier today.
So crazy, I'm not going to go that way.
Bianca Ray, News Channel 3.
CHP officers say everybody should be a little bit more cautious than usual and allow some extra time for traffic when you head out on the roads. Other travelers are taking to the skies, though, to reach their destinations. Air travel will be down, actually, 10% this year. And flyers say that that's making airport traffic a little bit smoother along the way. The new 2010 travel rules, like hefty fines for long tarmac delays, are making airlines a little bit more hesitant about operating in wintry weather. Airlines have also cut the number of flights this holiday weekend, and in return, they're packing planes with more customers. Most flyers say with dangers on the roads, this is the only way to go.
It's quite a hassle.
Travelers say for the most part, traffic at Palm Springs International Airport has been pretty smooth. Travelers traded sleigh bells for speedy roller bags and curbside check-in. Anything to expedite a trip through LAX on a day that drew the biggest crowds of the two-week holiday travel season. Thankfully for most flyers, there was no real bad foul weather to disrupt their schedule. This holiday season, LAX also staffed with special helpers.
Volunteers in red vests who will be providing information if anyone gets lost or needs some information on how to check in or go through security screening, and they'll also be spreading some holiday cheer as well.
To avoid glitches or even worse, missing a flight, airport officials are reminding travelers to get to the airport about 2 hours before their departure time. And whether you're traveling by plane or by car, remember you can get the latest traffic reports and flight information online. Check out our holiday travel section. Never miss a story at KESQ.com. And if you're traveling or maybe staying close to home, maybe visiting the desert from out of town, couldn't ask for better weather, could you? Ideal temperatures for the holiday weekend. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Ginger Jeffries has been watching the conditions. She has the latest for us. Ginger.
Eric, I think we could just say ideal conditions, period.
All right, thanks, Ginger. A suspected arsonist is back behind bars tonight after briefly being released from custody, only to be immediately rearrested. 48-year-old Jesus Hernandez is accused of setting a fire that destroyed a number of businesses at a Cathedral City strip mall back on December 6th. Jail records show that he was released last night, then immediately taken back into custody. Now, this is a legal move after the DA's office sent the case back to investigators for further information without charging him for the crime authorities say he's confessed to. A suspect can only be held for a limited amount of time without charges being brought against him. This rearrest gives prosecutors more time to file new charges, which is expected to happen on Tuesday. Police say Hernandez confessed to setting this fire in order to collect insurance money to help the troubled business co-owners, who's a relative. His arraignment is tentatively scheduled for Wednesday. A number of new state laws go into effect January 1st, tackling some really important issues. As Nanette Miranda explains, they cover a wide range from health and welfare of Californians to animal protection and job searches.
Good news for the 2 million Californians out of work.
That was Nanette Miranda with that story there. It is official now. American workers will not see their paychecks shrink in January. Today, Congress approved an extension of the payroll tax reduction. The deal comes just a week before the deadline, but this is a short-term solution in this case. First, a vote in the Senate, then the House vote, presided over by Speaker John Boehner. Now, he had said that Republicans would only support a one-year tax extension or tax cut extension, but then gave in to intense political pressure. The House okayed a 2-month deal in the end. Next stop, the president's desk. He signed that bill before taking off to Hawaii.
This is some good news just in the nick of time for the holidays.
Congress reconvenes in January when the tax cut deadline will once again be just weeks away. Now a joint committee needs to figure out how to pay for a one-year extension or the deadlock will start all over again. President Obama has signed a bill that honors victims of the September 11th attacks with congressional medals. President Obama signed the Fallen Heroes of 9/11 Act today. The Congressional Gold Medals will be given to the Flight 93 National Memorial in Pennsylvania, the National September 11th Memorial and Museum in New York, and the Pentagon Memorial in Washington, D.C. The Pennsylvania Memorial honors the victims of United Airlines Flight 93. A spokesman for the families of Flight 93 says the medal is a wonderful holiday present for people who've lost loved ones on that tragic day. Palace officials say Queen Elizabeth's husband has had a coronary stent put in after experiencing chest pains. A Buckingham Palace official says it was a minimally invasive procedure. Prince Philip will remain in the hospital for observation for the time being. The 90-year-old was taken from the Queen's estate in rural Norfolk to a cardiac unit in Cambridge earlier today for what the palace was calling precautionary tests after suffering chest pains. NFL players injured have brain injuries that have left them struggling with medical problems years after their playing days have ended. We're going to have details on a lawsuit now filed against the league. And billionaire businessman Donald Trump has changed his voter registration in New York State from Republican to unaffiliated. Does this move signal a possible run in 2012? We'll take a look. You're watching the Desert's News Leader.